Welcome to the Mark Buerschaper singer-songwriter channel. I am Mark Buerschaper, a Nashville-based singer-songwriter, and welcome to my musical and lyrical world here in cyberspace, my little corner, which is literally my little corner. First off, I always like to get this out of the way because people just have a hard time seeing my name and pronouncing my name, so it's Buerschaper. Now, it isn't Buerschaper, 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 Buerscraper, Buerscraper, Bushhopper, Bunchamper. It's Buerschaper. Easiest way to think of how to pronounce it is boo, like the ghost, boo. Is an and shopper is in grocery shopper, Christmas shopper, shopper. So you string together Buerschaper. Doesn't look like that way when it's written. It is German. It translates to farmer shepherd. My mom said I could change it to farmer or shepherd. I had too much fun with my teachers in school because they would do attendance and say Bob Smith here, Bill Jones here, and then Mark, and I would just say here because I know they couldn't pronounce the last name. Okay, so anyhow, a little bit on my name. The main reason I'm here today is I'm releasing a new set of songs entitled Nashville Byline. They're coming out. They should be out on iTunes in 4 to 6 weeks and other outlets. I believe Napster, Zune Music. You just do a search and use whatever your favorite song download company is. It's a bit of a departure from my other two CDs. The first one being No Figment of Imagination, which was more of an acoustic CD. A little bit more, I don't know, the lyrics were more surreal, maybe more on imagery. I don't think a lot of people connected to it lyric-wise. It was more visual lyrics. And it was pretty much, a lot of subjects were about me, first-person type things, and I think that, you know, it was my first CD, and as a up-and-coming songwriter, many songwriters tend to sing about themselves, which is fine. Kind of part of the process. I'll talk about that later. My second CD was Triple Love Bookends, more love songs on it, electric guitar, a little more electric guitar, some acoustic. But this one's going to be more humorous, and the reason it's going to be more humorous is there's more humorous songs on it, obviously. But I'm going to have like dieting humor songs, music business humor songs, honeymoon humor songs, and black humor songs, which is not to be confused with honeymoon humor. Man, you couldn't say that fast a lot of times, at least I couldn't. Anyhow. Also paranormal humor, DNA testing humor, so you get the idea, lots of humor there. I also have a blog on my site at Reverb Nation. I'll be posting new videos of a workshop / info newsletter called Gigs and Gab. I had a print newsletter called Gigs and Gab when I was based in Chicago. So I thought it'd kind of be neat to do one on the internet, live video. You know, if other songwriters out there have questions, they can send them in, and I'd be happy to answer them about songwriting. And I also talk about upcoming shows, upcoming song releases, things of that sort. And so there's a lot of music coming out, so give it a listen. Let's see, I have some questions and topics. Just going to go over a few of them real quick. I've gotten some email from some of my old friends in Chicago and some new fans that have come on board since joining Reverb Nation. First one says, Mark, your bio sheet says you have recently moved from Chicago to Nashville. and what's the difference between the music scenes. I've only been in Nashville area about a little better than a year now. All I can talk about is what I've seen and experienced. The open mics in Chicago are a little more, they're kind of laid back. You know, it's like in Chicago, first off, Chicago's more of a band scene anyhow than a songwriter scene compared to Nashville, but you have a lot of open mics in Chicago, and open mics, you know, you can do anything. You can do covers, you can do juggling, whatever. And in Chicago, it's like, okay, I'm going to go open mic tonight after work. And you get there, you have a couple beers, you know, you do your songs, you know, you're in your work clothes, and then you get off the stage and you have more beers. Of course, that could be a lot of places. But anyhow, it seems more laid back. Nashville, there's not many open mics. It's more writers' nights, which is kind of cool. It's all original material, so it's all writers, and it's a little more. Some of them are very formal. You have people coming in sequin gowns, multiple styles of cowboy hats. But people dress up a little bit more for it here, and it's a little more business oriented, you know, whereas Chicago's a little more laid back. But it's really neat down here because, you know, if you love original music, I mean, it's just a lot more interesting for me to watch that than somebody doing a cover of the latest song by whoever, you know. Anyhow, I had some questions about the new album. I've kind of been talking about it on the CD. I've got a couple songs I've listed, and there's been some questions about it. I've got one song called When Your Ship Comes In. People want to know what that's about. That song was kind of written about a cousin of mine. He loved gambling, and he had a whole ritual before he went gambling of what he would do, where he'd eat. So I wrote a song about that, and he kept saying, "Oh, my ship's gonna come in, my ship's gonna come in." So the song kind of talks about sailing a little bit, you know, on the ocean, and gambling, kind of a mix of the two. So it's an interesting song. That should be out in the next couple weeks if you want to give it a listen. Another song I had questions about was Grandpa Dick Loved His Shotgun. And I want to know, is that really about my grandfather, or is it purely fictional? That song, you know, since I got the idea for that song, I came down to Nashville, and so many other writers' nights, excuse me, have topics about Grandpa. If you go to a writer's night down in Nashville and you don't hear a song about Grandpa, you've been cheated. And they're usually glowing tributes to grandfathers, and I thought, well, I'd like to write one of those about my grandfather, but I didn't really want to make it, you know, fake, you know, try to keep it real. So I wrote this song about him, and I think, you know, it really captured everything I remember about him. I did change something lyrically. The word was asparagus. Try and rhyme the word asparagus with anything, you're kind of limited, so I did change it to green beans. The rest of the song, I guess, you know, you can just listen to it. It's going to be on in the next couple of weeks, so give it a listen. And as I said, all these songs will be available for purchase in about 4 to 6 weeks on iTunes. Another question, where's my inspiration come from? It can come from anything. Sometimes, you know, I'll be out working in the yard or something, and you'll get an idea for a song. You know, it just keeps going in your head. Sometimes it isn't that strong of an idea, but it might be a good idea, so I jot it down because I know I'm going to forget it. That's why I wrote down a lot of things today, so I didn't want to leave anything out. Sometimes I'll be reading a magazine, guitar playing magazine, and I'll just start picking out a melody. You know, they have examples and exercises, and something will come to me like that, you know, depending on what the mood of the melody and the song is. So it's pretty basic on how I get my ideas there. Sometimes I write the lyrics first, other times the music's first. It depends. I'm not planning a concert tour right now. I'm really just playing locally around Nashville. That might change. We'll see what happens. Keep an eye on the website, and I'll be sending out notices. If you become a fan, I'll talk a little bit more about the website here. If you become a fan, there's free download songs right now, or free songs to download. And I'm going to run this special for a while, for the next couple of months while I promote Nashville Byline. That will not be a free download, but much of my former material you'll be able to download for free as a promotion for this new CD. So if you want, go there. The only catch is you have to become a fan. Becoming a fan will not increase your spam or junk mail. You'll get notices from me regarding concerts, new releases, things in the area or beyond in the future. And stay tuned for my future videos, workshops, and newsletter, Gigs and Gab. It's going to be interesting, going to be informative, hopefully going to be fun. And I'll talk to you later. Thank you. Bye-bye.